सुधागड एज्युकेशन सोसायटीचे पूर्व प्राथमिक, प्राथमिक, माध्यमिक व उच्च माध्यमिक विद्यालय कळंबोली मराठी
Welcome students. How are you? Fine? Okay. Last period we completed our first poem of new syllabus, that is Song of the Road. Let's continue our second poem of second section, that is Indian Weavers. Indian Weavers. Let's know about the title of the poem. Indian Weavers. Weavers. Weavers means a person who weaves. Indian weavers. Indian, that is adjective, and weavers, noun. See the picture of Indian weaver who continuously or who tirelessly work or weave at the different times of the day. Indian weaver. This poem depicts about Indian weavers. Next. This poem, that is Indian Weavers, written by Sarojini Naidu. Sarojini Naidu, born 1879 and 1949. She was a political activist, feminist, and the first Indian woman who became the president of the Indian National Congress. She was an important figure in India's struggle for independence. Sarojini Naidu's work as a poet earned her the sobriquet. Sobriquet means nickname. So she is as known as nickname of Nightingale of India. Later she became the governor of the United Territories in 1947, becoming the first woman to hold the office of the governor in independent India. So it's an introduction about the poet. Let's continue about the poem. What is the theme of the poem? Now there are 8 points in appreciation. First of all, just we continued about the title, number 1. Then second, about the poet. Number 3, now third point, that is poem. This poem, Indian Weavers, is a short poem where the poet talks about 3 types of garment. Now try to understand the poet depicts about 3 types of garment. Number 1 point, that is types of garment that the weavers weave at 3 particular times of day. Number 2 point, that is 3 particular times of day. Second point, each stanza of the poem represents the 3 important events of human life. Now see first point, that is a type of garment. Second, 3 particular times of day. Third, the 3 important events of human life. Means there are so many incidents, but there are 3 events or 3 incidents which are very important in human life. That is birth, means childhood. Adulthood, that is young, that is middle age of the life. Birth, that is first part or first stage in the life. Then second, adulthood or young, youth. And third, that is old age of life, means in short death. So number 3 point, that is 3 important events of human life. The colors. Now, the colors mentioned in the stanzas are very significant as they indicate the moods related to the events. Number 4 point, that is the colors. These colors represents important events of human life. So, the poem, that is Indian Weavers, focuses on the craft and skill of Indian weavers. It's a narrative form. This poem is a narrative colloquial form of the poem. The poem represents the true soul of India. It also depicts tradition and culture, particularly importance of the colors during the journey of the life, during the journey of our life. So this introduction about the poem, that is third point of appreciation, is completed now. Let's begin or let's continue the poem Indian Weavers. Next. So these colors indicate different moods of the persons. Indian Weavers. First stanza. This is a very short poem, and this poem consists of 3 stanzas. Each stanza indicates each event of human life. First stanza indicates childhood. Indian weavers. Weavers weaving a break of day. Why do you weave a garment so gay? Blue as the wing of a halcyon wild, we weave the robes of a newborn child. Now observe the first stanza, and you can observe each stanza of the poem. Weavers weave at break of day. If you observe first line of each stanza, the poet uses metaphor, because different part of the day is explicitly compared with different time. Weavers weave at break of day. So here in first line, break of day, break of day, break of day, that is morning or rising of the sun. Here underline break of day means morning or rising of the sun. So break of day indicates or refers as a morning. Number 1 figure of speech, that is metaphor. Break of day is indirectly compared with morning. Then second figure of speech, that is WE, repetition of the sound of W. W sound is repeated, or repetition of the sound of W. So it is called alliteration. Weavers weaving. Weavers weaving at break of day. Next, why do you weave a garment so gay? The poet asked this question to Indian weavers. Completely this poem is full of conversation. Poet asked this question to Indian weavers, and Indian weaver or Indian weavers answer the question of the poet. Now why do you weave a garment so gay? The poet asked this question to Indian weavers. So this figure of speech is called as interrogation. Number 3 figure of speech, that is interrogation. Why do you weave a garment so gay? Blue as the wing of halcyon wild. Blue. The color blue indicates expectations, hopes, progress, enjoyment, etc. So blue as the wing of halcyon wild. We view the robes of a newborn child. Robes means new cloth. Now these weavers view robes of a newborn child. So it indicates or first stanza indicates childhood, that is main incident in human life. That is break of day means morning. Then weaver's view means at morning weavers view the cloth or robes of a newborn child. So it indicates childhood. Break of day, then gay, next that is blue, and a newborn child. These are imageries. The poet has used these imageries and then many figures of speech, that is alliteration, repetition, interrogation, and symbolism, that is imagery. So this first stanza indicates childhood. Next slide. Next stanza or second stanza of the poem indicates adulthood or youth. Weavers weaving at fall of night. At fall of night means the poet implicitly compared fall of night as a late evening. That is evening, late part of the evening means fall of night. So try to understand or observe the first line of each stanza. The poet compares different time of the life, different time of the day is explicitly compared with event. So it's called metaphor. Weavers weaving at fall of night. पोएम अत्यंत इझी आहे, शॉर्ट आहे आणि पोएम 3 कडव्यांमध्ये विभागलेली आहे. आपण जर पोएम पाहिली तर पोएमचं पूर्णपणे पोएममध्ये पोएटिसने क्वेश्चन्स विचारलेले आहेत इंडियन वीवर्सला किंवा इंडियन भारतीय विणकराला, आणि प्रत्येक स्टँजा हा प्रत्येक मानवी जीवनातील प्रत्येक इन्सिडेंटचं तो एक इंडिकेट करतो आहे. जसं आता हा सेकंड स्टँजा हा मानवी जीवनातली सेकंड स्टेज म्हणजे यूथ किंवा ॲडल्टहूड ती इंडिकेट करतो आहे, आणि त्याच्यासाठी पोएटने अनेक इमॅजरीज, सिम्बलिझम, फिलॉसॉफी, फिगर्स ऑफ स्पीच हे वापरलेलं आहे. Weavers view at fall of night. Why do you view a garment so bright? Why do you view a garment so bright? Again, the poet asked this question to Indian weavers. O Indian weavers, why do you view a garment so bright, that is a bright colored, like the plumes of a peacock, purple and green? Like, there is a comparison using the words that is like, as or so. So it's called simile. Like the plumes of a peacock, purple and green. Purple and green, both colored, purple and green indicates progress, enthusiasm, happiness, enjoyment, etc. in our life. Purple and green, Like the plumes of a peacock, purple and green, we view the marriage veils of a queen. Now, fall of night means in fall of night, viewers view the cloths or the marriage veils of a queen. So it indicates, this second stanza indicates second stage of human life, that is adulthood or youth. First line, that is metaphor. Second line, that is interrogation. Third line, simile. In first line, observe first line, again repetition of the words, again the repetition of the sound, that is a W. So alliteration. Then metaphor, because indirectly compared fall of night with event of life. Then second line, figure of speech, interrogation. Number 3 line, simile, it's an example of simile. And next, fourth line, we view the marriage veils of a queen. Again repetition of the sound, that is W. W sound is repeated. So repetition of the sound, same sound is repeated, it's called alliteration. So second stanza indicates adulthood, that is youth. Next, third stanza. Let's continue third stanza of the poem. In the evening, weavers are creating a beautiful third stanza. During the chill of the moonlit night, they are making the shroud for a dead man. Stanza third refers to final stage in life, that is a death. When life is emotionless, it indicates peace and wisdom. Once again, observe first line of last stanza. WEWE, that is repetition of the sound W. Same sound repetition, that's why it's called alliteration. Weavers weaving Solomon and still. Next, what do you view in the moonlit chill? Again, the poet asks this question to Indian weavers. Why do you view in moonlit chill? So it's called interrogation. Then white as a feather and white as a cloud. White, color white indicates wisdom. Wisdom and maturity in our life. Wisdom, peace, maturity indicates. White color indicates it. White as a feather and white as a cloud. Again, use of as. So it's called simile, because the poet directly compared feather and cloud with third stage of life, means death. So it's called simile. Next, that is last line of third stanza. We view a dead man's funeral shroud. Shroud means a blanket. Weavers who view different kinds of garment at different times of a day. So it indicates different events of life. We view a dead man's funeral shroud. We, repetition of same sound, that is a W. So it's called alliteration. We view a dead man's funeral shroud. Shroud means, in short, a blanket. So viewers viewing Solomon and Still. Solomon and Still, that is during a midnight or cold night. That is a third stage of life. Viewers viewing Solomon and Still. In cold night, Solomon and Still means peace. In last night or in cold night, viewers view dead man's funeral shroud, or viewers view funeral shroud for a dead man. So, first line metaphor as well as alliteration. Second figure of speech in third stanza interrogation. Number 3, white as a feather and white as a cloud simile. Fourth line, we view a dead man's funeral shroud. Again alliteration. And Solomon and Still, then white and funeral shroud. These indicates some symbols. That is, Solomon and Still indicates end, chillness of death, gloom. Then white indicates frailness, peace and wisdom, maturity. So these are also called imagery. Next, now in short it's a summary of the poem. Now observe first stanza, second stanza and last third stanza. First stanza, in first line, observe first line of each stanza. First stanza, early morning or break of day indicates early morning. Then second stanza indicates, or first line indicates, that is a fall of night, shows or indicates late in the evening. In third stanza, first line, that is a Solomon and Still, indicates cold night. So in first stanza, time of the day. What is the time of the day? Early morning. Okay. What type of garment? Weavers view robes for a newborn child. For whom? For newborn child. Robes means clothes. झगा किंवा लहान बाळासाठी झगा शिवला जातो. ते विणकर केव्हा विणतात? ते अगदी सकाळी पहाटेच्या वेळी ते विणतात ते. आणि त्यासाठी कुठला कलर इंडिकेट केलेला आहे? ब्ल्यू. लास्ट कॉलम, that is blue. Blue color indicates childhood or birth. So first stanza indicates childhood or birth. When? At early morning. What? Robes for the newborn child. Which color indicate? That is blue. Blue color, blue indicates expectations, hopes, then activeness, smartness, etc. Second stanza, late in the evening. Late in the evening. When? Late in the evening. That is संध्याकाळचा काळ, जो आपल्याला उत्साहात घालवायचा असतो, किंवा संध्याकाळी सर्व लोक कामावरून परतलेले असतात, थोडं आपण रिलॅक्स असतो आणि त्या रिलॅक्स पोझिशनमध्ये लेट इन द इव्हिनिंग. टाईप ऑफ गारमेंट मॅरेज व्हेल्स. इथे आता जणू काही राणी किंवा इथे स्त्री हे एक प्रतिनिधित्व घेतलेलं आहे किंवा रिप्रेझेंट केलेलं आहे की आयुष्यामधला हा महत्त्वाचा दुसरा टप्पा की माणसाच्या जीवनामध्ये प्रोग्रेस होते, ते म्हणजे लग्नाच्या वेळी की तो आणखीन एक पाऊल पुढे टाकतो जेव्हा त्याचं लग्न होतं. आणि तो कलर किंवा तिथे इंडिकेट केलेला आहे पर्पल ग्रीन. पर्पल ग्रीन इंडिकेट्स रोमॅन्टिसिझम, देन हॅपीनेस, enthusiasm, progress, etc. And it also indicates adulthood, that is youth. So observe first line of second stanza. It indicates time of the day. Third line, third stanza indicates death, that is the last event in human life, death. Cold night, weavers who weave garment, that is a shroud for a dead person when at cold night, so it indicates death. What type of color? White color shroud, ज्याला आपण म्हणतो कफन, की ते व्हाईट किंवा त्या व्हाईट कपड्यामध्ये ते रॅप केलेलं असतं पूर्ण डेड बॉडी. श्राउड फॉर ए डेड पर्सन, व्हाईट कलर्ड. व्हाईट कलर इंडिकेट्स फ्रेलनेस, पीस, विजडम, मॅच्युरिटी. Okay, so remember these points, read the poem, remember these points, write these poems and complete question and answers of the poem. Let's continue next point about the poem, that is a poetic devices, language and style. The poem has been structured in question and answers. Poem. Okay, just we see the poem or overall review of the poem. The poem has been structured in question-answer pattern. The poet asks 3 questions to the weavers and the weavers reply. The stanzaic pattern of the poem is a quatrain, means each stanza has 4 lines. So language is so familiar and simple, means just you read the poem, you can understand the poem. What is the special features of the poem? The rhyme pattern is specifically producing flawless rhythm in the poem. Total there are 6 rhyming couplets add beauty. For example, third stanza, still and chill, rhyming pair. Cloud and shroud means AABB. It's a rhyme scheme of the poem. So the poet used rhyme scheme in first stanza, also in second stanza and in third stanza also. That is the rhyme scheme AABB. So importance of interwoven human relationships from birth to death is the main focusing element here. Rhythm, philosophy, symbolism, imagery are the special features of the poem. The poet has painted the beautiful picture of Indian weavers who weave tirelessly at different times of a day. Next point, that is a message or value or moral. The poem depicts that life starts with joy and happiness and ends with sorrows and grief. The cycle of life goes on continuously. Life is kinetic and not static. The poem gives us a living experience of a day-to-day life. In short, a clear reflection of life is seen in the poem. So, last point of the appreciation of the poem, that is opinion. Life is transitory. We should try to achieve the goals in life. Our life should be meaningful. We should make sense of events that take place in our life. We should fill our life with energy and vitality. Life should be productive and healthy. We should share joys, sorrows, struggles, and burdens with one another till the end. Overall, the poem gives the true picture of Indian traditions and cultures. We get a clear understanding of the real sense of India. Next, last. Once again read the poem, then learn the poem, try to understand figures of speech and special devices of the poem. Thank you.